Wake up, wake up. It's the Flow Show, no filter. Back for another episode. Come on in, come on in, come on in. We got a lot to discuss today. Whole lot to discuss today. Diddy got another case dropped. Good morning, C-Tuck. Good morning, everybody. Diddy got another case dropped. We got to talk about that. We got some updates on some other cases we've been talking about. A lot of bullshit going on, y'all, this morning. Another cop got away with doing too much on his job. I want to speak on that. What else? Updating the Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop and Kirk Frost and the sons and the daughter and the domestic violence and the T Hood being unalive. Got an update on that. But before I get into all that, let me cover my ass. No Diddy. The thoughts, views, and opinions shared on the Flow Show, no filter, are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am just good. Good morning, Rachel. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Hope everybody feeling good, ready for the weekend. This week flew by. Oh, I got to turn the volume on. If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. I turned it off. See all these ones? Somebody, whoever saying they can't hear me, man, y'all got to make sure y'all got y'all equipment together. Somebody saying they still no volume. Y'all got to make sure y'all got y'all equipment together. I ain't gonna go through this. I'm gonna start ignoring people when they say that now. Just continue to show. I got 1,000 ones in the chat, yet I got somebody talking about still no volume. Please make sure your shit is tight on your end before you say something, because it throws me off. Please, whoever, I don't know, I don't even know who said that, but we're not gonna start that today. All the ones that can't hear me, you need to get equipment together. It's Friday. I'm feeling good. This week flew by, getting ready for a weekend where I get to rest and relax and catch up on some work. Anyway, y'all, I'm sure y'all saw the news that another lawsuit has been dropped. Another lawsuit has been dropped, y'all. The diddler got another victory. Let's talk about that first before I go into this other stuff about the cop. Look at Desi. Desi said she already had a few this evening. Oh, you already getting to it. That's good. That's good. Enjoy your Friday. This a Friday. You let your hair down. We letting our hair down today. We just kicking it. We not tripping. You just tripping. And everybody is feeling good. Oh, it's 10:30. Where you at? Where it's 10:30? Where you at? Where it's 10:30 right now? Everybody, as all you know, it's payday. Payday. I should see that. Hey, look, the super chats and the super stickers should be lit today. Where them super chats and super stickers at? Y'all know TGIF. Y'all know Friday is thank God it's payday. Thank God it's payday. For a hard week of work, it's time to get paid. Oh, so who where you at? Where somebody so 12 okay, so in Melbourne, Australia, it's 10:30 p.m. Wow, that's amazing that how the time difference is. It's 10:30 p.m. So your night is ending, our day is your day is ending and ours is beginning. So no, she in Australia, Melbourne to be exact. So let's see. Let's get in here. Let's get in here, y'all. So if y'all didn't hear, we talking about Sarah. Okay, Angie coming through with the $20. Where you at? Thank you for the $20 super chat. If, I love it. I love it. If you like it, I love it. It's the $20 holla. And I like it. Thank you, Angie, for setting it off. What topic? What topic you want to? What's your first topic today, Angie? Angie, we talking about the Diddy drop lawsuit. We talking about love and hip hop. We talking about what we talking about? Where we gonna start off at? Angie, let me know where we starting off with the love and hip hop drama with the rapper who was killed, and they think the love and hip hop children did it, the brothers, or we gonna go into this Diddy lawsuit that got dropped? You let me know, Angie. You the first super chat. Okay, so Angie say we talking about love and hip hop. So let me bring everybody up to speed. We're gonna get to Diddy, but today your producer of this show today is Angie. And Angie said we talking about love and hip hop first. So check this out. This is a drama-filled story. All right. If y'all know, Kirk and Rashida are a married couple on Love and Hip Hop, the reality show. They have children. Now, people want to say, this person is this person's child, this person's child. When they marry, I just say they're their kids, so we can make it simple. They both claim all the kids, and so I'll follow the same way. Let me do that. The daughter, this is a famous reality show couple. They live in Atlanta. They got businesses and everything. The daughter was dating a rapper by the name of T Hood. T Hood and the daughter were at a place. I don't know if they were staying together. I'm assuming they were living together. And they had a domestic violence situation there. It is being alleged that the daughter called the mother of T Hood or text the mother of T Hood and also called her brothers. Her brothers then showed up to the residence. A fight ensued between the brothers T and T Hood. What I'm being told is T Hood got the better of the physical fight. And then the brothers went to get their gun. Thank you for the $5 holla. Lord Clifford, Lord coming through with the $5 holla. And I like it. Payday, it's payday, y'all. Don't be shy today. TGIF is Flow's payday. And we spent a lot of money yesterday. If you don't know, we done stepped up our equipment. We giving you the Flow Show No Filter in high definition. This is the Flow Show No Filter high def. Thank you to Miss Fagan coming through with the $25 holla. Thank you, Miss Fagan. Always been a great supporter of the Flow Show. She keep everything afloat. $25 from my Philly, Allison. Allison from Philly. Thank you for the $25 as we continue this crazy story. Now, at first, we only knew about the younger brother, the 24-year-old. His name is Kai. T Hood was shot 5 times in the back, unalive. Now, they only had one suspect, and that's the brother named Kai. But from the streets of Atlanta, and a lot of people hitting me up and saying that the other brother was there, who was the older brother. Now, seeing that the older brother was there, if he was there, they do have footage showing that he was there before the police arrived. So that is being argued. Now, couple things. They are trying to say that the family of T Hood, who is nowhere near as known or have the financial capabilities as Kirk and Rashida, they are saying that Kirk and Rashida are being protected by law enforcement because of their celebrity and their money. I'm just giving you the story as it's been given to me. I'll give you my commentary on it after I break down where the fuck we at right now. Okay. So now, what has happened is it went from him being a straight suspect to they're saying it's self-defense. Now, the family is saying, how can it be self-defense if he was shot 5 times in the back? Which I would agree with that. But here is the update. Now, nobody is being, as far as I know, and if you know anything different, let me know in the chat. But as far as I know, there's nobody in custody. Okay, Rachel, thank you for the $4.99. Holla. And I like it. I appreciate it. It's payday. Y'all showing out today. Let's keep it going. Good Friday. So anyway, this is the update. There has been footage released that shows the domestic violence, and it shows T Hood not only putting his hands on the daughter, Kirk and Rashida's daughter, Kirk and Rashida's daughter is footage that actually shows T Hood was putting his hands on. You know, we don't like that. I don't care what's going on. You know, the motto of this show is everybody keep their motherfucking hands to their motherfucking self. Y'all know that's our motto. And then they also have been some pictures leaked of her. There's some pictures leaked that show bruises and stuff like that. So now there's a debate. Now, some people who are on the family side are saying this footage is old and these pictures are old. But I don't give a fuck about whether it's old or not. You shouldn't be putting your hand on anybody. That adds another twist. So there was domestic violence. But the question is, does that give you the right to kill a man? Now, I admit I was extremely disappointed when I saw this footage and I saw the pictures. I'm trying to pull it up so I can show you like the pictures, but I'm having problems finding it. So that's where we are now. I'll give my take on it, and I want to see. Thank you for the $9.99. Holla, Tracy coming through on payday. She said a volume error. She don't like flow. No go. Let's go. So what do y'all think? What happened to Yanni? "13-year-old dog has high blood pressure, so we're trying to get him on the right track." Oh, wow. Thank you, miss. Hold up. We got another $5 holla, Miss Sweet Tooth. Thank you so much. Fridays is extra payday for the Flow Show No Filter. We at the Flow Show No Filter appreciate everybody on this Friday. So, what we have now is the other brother involved? Is the other brother not involved? Is it self-defense if you shot in the back? And if he really was putting his hands on her, man, you got to keep your hands to yourself. How many, that's all we say on here. And this goes for everybody, y'all, because it's the same thing with these cops. Because it might be, you might be getting instant gratification by putting your hand on somebody. By feeling like whatever's going on, you gotta wear or beat them up or whatever. But karma comes back. Karma comes back. And Rachel said, yeah, I heard that too, Rachel said they hiding the brother. Yeah, I've heard that. I heard that. I really heard that. But same thing with these cops. They feel like they say somebody don't comply. So they feel like that gives them the right to beat them, put their hands on them, and go overboard. And then everybody arguing about it. But guess what happens? Eventually, somebody gets tired of it. And then next thing we know, we having a memorial service for that cop. It just happened here in Cleveland. Cops putting their hands on people, doing too much, and the people get tired of it, find out where that cop lives, or are prepared and have animosity towards that cop. And then next thing we know, the cop is dead. It's never walk away. Nobody wins when you put your hands on somebody because everybody can be violent. Everybody can be hurt. You may be putting your hands on somebody one day, and that karma will come around to you worse, and now you're dead. And what am I talking about? To give you an example, to stay on the love and hip hop, but we're talking about keeping your hands to your motherfucking self. That's what we're talking about today. So check this out. This was in Jacksonville. Back on February 19th, around 4:15 p.m., 22-year-old William McNeil Jr. got pulled over for supposedly driving without headlights because of bad weather. And they say he was not wearing his seatbelt. McNeil felt that he was being pulled over for no reason and was scared. We have many young men who are pulled over by the police in sundown towns and different racist towns. They're pulled over and then we never see them again. Just to give you some context, because if you're not from this world, if you don't look like me, you might not know about how bad it really is. So he was scared and he asked for a supervisor. These cops bust his window down, bust his window out, and that's not enough. They bust the window out, and then one of the cops just sucker punches. And you see all of this. You see all of this on his dash cam. And then you got idiots. Then you got idiots who don't know nothing but just to be evil and racist, talking about he should have complied. Whether you comply or not, it does not give you the right to beat the shit out of people. That is what you don't understand. If you can't handle the heat of being a cop, then change professions. Much like in school, just because your child doesn't listen to the teacher doesn't give that teacher right to put their hands on our children. Because you're in a position of authority and somebody doesn't listen to you does not give you the right to just immediately become violent. We are not cavemen. We are not Neanderthals. We are human beings. And it pisses me off that people are so busy trying to be evil and racist, they don't even look at it from a human perspective until it's your child. So if I'm in the streets, every time I go somewhere where there's a lot of people recognize me. If I ask somebody to step back a little bit or whatever, and they don't listen to me, does that give me the right to just cold cock them and hit them in their fucking jaw? No. No. And then when that cop, when a crazy parent had enough of that, Googles and find out where that cop lives and hide in the bushes and kills that cop. And now we got everybody crying because that cop has a family. And now we got a memorial where all the cops got to line up and have a funeral. Then what? Then what? Keep your hands to your fucking self. I don't want to hear about somebody didn't comply, so then that gives you the right to be violent. Little Johnny is at school and he not listening to the teacher. Does that get a teacher right to him across fucking face? No. It's ridiculous. And see, the difference between the racist motherfuckers that act like the cops are in their right to do that, they only see, you see me, you see on this show, we telling T Hood or people in domestic situations, this is a black case. We telling them to keep their hands to themselves. These cops were white. We telling them to keep their hands to themselves. We don't give a fuck about color on this show. That is the difference. But the people who, it's only, and I'm just gonna be honest, it's only white men coming in my comments talking about he should have complied. If you don't comply, just because you don't comply don't mean you get to put your hands on somebody. Quit being a racist jerk. Quit being a racist jerk. And that's exactly what you are. See, on this show, we don't care what the color of your skin is. The message is keep your fucking hands to yourself because it doesn't end well for anybody involved. Anybody can be taken out at any moment. Just because you're laughing right now, but then the same one's talking about you should have complied. Where are y'all at when these cops end up being harmed or unalived because of the reaction from this bullshit? Y'all know where to be found. Y'all just live in the comment section being evil because you have nothing better to do. Whether you black, whether you white, whether you green, whether you purple, keep your hands to yourself. That is one of the biggest problems in society right now. Same thing with Diddy. He couldn't keep his hands to himself. Now his ass locked up looking like Morgan Freeman, eating maggot burgers with fries. Complaining to the judge about McMaggot burgers. What the fuck is going on these days that people simply can't keep their hands to themselves? Do you know how many trolls or how many people piss me off that I would love if the evil part of me would love to beat the shit out of everybody who pisses me off? I'm taller and stronger than 90%, 95% of the world. I am taller and I am stronger than 95% of the world. I would love to just go around and every time somebody do something stupid or don't listen to me, just beat their ass. That is not the world we live in. Just like these creeps in the comments, they would never say nothing to me in person. They just want to be evil in the comments. But even if I saw them in person, because they say stupid shit, that don't give me the right to cold cock them and sucker punch them. If I can keep my hands to myself, y'all should be able to keep your hands to yourself. Everybody, Diddy need to keep his hands to themselves. These Jacksonville cops and all the rest of these cops need to keep their fucking hands to themselves. It's fucking 10 cops, 1 billion, all 10 cops, all 10 of these cops got weapons and firearms and guns and all type of stuff, and y'all feel like y'all got to sucker punch one small man? Just like T Hood. Lord, rest in peace, T Hood. Nobody deserves to be unalived. But with that being said, if you beating women, putting your hands on women, bloodying up their lips, bloodying up their face, death can you're asking death to come to you. I walk away. I'm not putting my hands on no woman. I'm not putting my hands on nobody unless you threaten me and you put your hands on me or you act like you're about to put your hands on. Other than that, I'm walking away. I'm walking away. Y'all know how much stupid shit I gotta walk away from when I could easily just beat the crap out of people? I've been whooping when I was a kid and defending myself. I was whooping my ass when I was whooping ass when I was tiny, defending myself. But it's just not right. I'm not putting my hand, I don't never feel like violence is the answer. It just it if you can't keep your hands to yourself, I can't count on you to do a good job. If you are a cop and because somebody isn't complying, you don't even have enough restraint to not get violent, how the fuck can I trust you? I don't trust anyone who doesn't know how to, who doesn't have the discipline to keep their hands to themselves. T Hood, as sad as it is, I don't wish death on anybody. But when I saw that footage of him putting his hands on that poor woman, there's no filter, right? I'm not surprised that brothers would come and kill your ass. Again, violence is not the answer. I don't wish death on no one. I don't think, no matter what, nobody deserves to take another life. But if you beating a woman and her brothers come, what can I say? What can I say? Yeah, there's a video, y'all. It's the video is on. I'm glad you asked because I'm just assuming like everybody has seen this video. This video is on. Let me see. Let me find it. I hope I. Okay. Let me show y'all. This is on. It's on a page called. I need to mirror this. I don't want to fuck it up. I could mirror this, but it's a page called Neighborhood Talk on Instagram. For those that want to see this footage and see the pictures, look at this. This is allegedly what T Hood did to this young lady. That's a little bright, but if you could see, let me block this light a little bit. Maybe you can see a little better. It's hard to see, but if you can kind of see a little bit. Yeah, it's messed up. That's her lip. This right here is her lip. And then the footage, this is the footage. You're not gonna be able to see much because it's not clear on my phone. But if you go to Neighborhood Talk, there they are right there. There she is right there. She just got slammed to the ground. And then he just casually walking around. Now, once I see that, and so yeah, it's called the Neighborhood Talk. I'm gonna type it in the comments. The neighborhood, because I haven't seen it on anybody else's page. So I don't know if anybody else has it. But I'm gonna type it in the thing. It's called the Neighborhood Talk. People listening to me, it's just on Apple or Spotify. It's just how it's spelled, just how it sounds. The Neighborhood Talk. They have the footage and the pictures of the domestic violence. They have text messages. Matter of fact, I'll read the text messages to you all. This is the text message from Kirk and Rashida's daughter. Text messages that she sent to T Hood's mother to warn her about what was going on. She said, your son is putting his hands on me. Can you have someone send a Uber for his belongings? He's not going to be able to come back here anymore, and I would like to Uber the stuff to y'all while he's out the way. She just says, okay, thanks. To me, that's like somebody saying somebody putting hands on you. You don't just say, okay, thanks. So somebody, a woman tells your son's girlfriend sends you a text messages telling you that he's putting his hands on her and this and that. You can't just say, okay, thanks. Then she goes on. This is the daughter saying she sent this text messages to T Hood's mother. Hey, I'm not fond of anybody breaking my belongings or nothing. He's rude, pushing me, slamming my doors, and trying to pop my car tires, ripping my cameras out the wall. Nobody is helping me when it comes to him being domestic. See what I'm saying? And it seems like nobody want to help when it's going on, but after everybody wants to be sad when all type of crazy shit happens behind this stuff, man. All you say is okay, thanks. You gotta have a better reply to that. Okay, thanks. That's it. That's ridiculous, ain't it? Then, like I said, then you seeing pictures like this. Bloody lips, bruises on the side of her face. You can't see because of the glare, but she's bleeding on the side of the face right there. Come on, man. I gotta read that one more time, y'all. That's crazy. These are her text messages. She said, your son putting hands on me. Can you have someone send an Uber for his belongings? He's not going to be able to come back here anymore. I would like an Uber to Uber his stuff to y'all while he's out the way. The mother's only response is, okay, thanks. And then she responds, no problem. Thanks again for everything. Man, this is fucking sad, man. Now, in part, thanks to this mother not stepping in and taking shit serious, her son ain't here no more. I totally agree, La La Love. I'm sure that wasn't the first time he did that. His mama knew what he was doing to her, shaking my head. Exactly. What the hell? How? And I'm gonna tell you. Now, y'all see all on this show, y'all tell y'all, I ain't scared of nobody. I ain't scared of nobody. And y'all know I tell y'all that all the time. But let me tell you something. I also respect everybody enough to not put myself in that shoe. I'm not. That's another reason. The Besides the fact that it's just morally wrong, I'm not putting my hand. I'm not putting my hands on nobody's daughter, sister, because they might kill my ass, and I wouldn't be surprised. People not playing about their children, their sisters, their daughters, their mothers, their cousins. People not playing around. I'm not giving nobody I'm not putting out no energy to have somebody looking for me and popping caps in my ass because I done put my hands on their daughter or their sister. That's dumb as hell. I ain't doing it. I had a situation like that where I'm not gonna name the female. I was in the room. We had an argument. I walked away. I go in the room. I got the door shut. She trying to break in the door. I had to call my father on FaceTime because she trying to break the door down, letting them know, like, look, this shit is crazy, and I need a witness because I know how shit can get. This girl's trying to, it went from 0 to she trying to turn it into domestic violence. I had to sit there and hold the door as she banged on it trying to get in for about an hour. I left that relationship that next morning. Why? Because I'm not about to be anywhere where nobody about to antagonize me and make me flip and do something stupid. And it was my house. Bought and paid for. I own the house. I left my house in the morning. Never broke it off and never got back with her ever again in life because that's not nothing you play with. If you show me you got any type of domestic tendencies, I'm out. The second a person show you any type of domestic tendencies, get the fuck out of there. And that's exactly what I did. I'm not about to be sitting around. No, I'm out. Because then, and let me tell you, that is how you got to handle that shit. Because the minute you put your hands on them, now your ass tore up. Yeah, I hope everybody involved is healed. Hell yeah, and it wasn't, that was the first time it happened. That wasn't like, I didn't let that thing go on and on and on. That happened. That was the first time it happened. And that was the first time I got the fuck out of there. And the last time we were ever in that house together. I'm not letting that shit happen. I'm too smart. I'm too disciplined. And I've seen how bad that shit could turn out. Yeah. I'm not going for that. And I advise anybody listening to this, especially the young people, because when we're young, see, in my younger days, I would have stayed. Because when you're young, you kind of don't really understand how the severity of shit. In my early 20s, I would have stayed in that relationship. Just because you don't know no better. You don't know how real shit can get. So I'm talking to everybody, but I'm really talking to the younger folks. The minute a situation turns violent, leave. I've never heard of it turning violent and then not turning violent. I haven't heard of it. Maybe some of y'all have. But every time I've dealt with or seen somebody who was violent, it doesn't get better. It only gets worse. And in some very unfortunate situations, people lose lives. You got to be strong enough to have self-control and leave, male or female. You can think of 1,000 reasons to stay, but it's one reason to leave. A person who cannot communicate with their mouth and has to resort to violence is one of the most dangerous people you ever want to be around. Because not only can they cause you harm, but they can trigger some shit in you and make you do some shit to put your life in danger or your freedom in danger. It's nothing to play with. And it's a good point. We got to stop hitting our kids. And for the most part, I believe in society now, we have got away from that back where we came from. I think that could have a lot to do with it because everybody in my neighborhood was getting their ass whooped. That was normal by your parents. But I think this generation, I could be wrong, but I don't think we whoop ass anywhere near like we got our ass whooped. I know unless and hey, look, I don't want to misspeak. I don't want my son to be like, yeah, you did. But if I could remember, I ain't never whooped my son. I ain't never put my hands on my son. I may have scolded him. I may have talked him to death. I may have even yelled. But I can't recall, unless there was one time when he was 3 or something, maybe, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure I've never put my hands on my son, even as a baby or as a kid. I never whooped him. And I think for the most part, just us as a generation, I don't think we put our hands on our kids like we did. I don't know, y'all. I can't speak for y'all. But I can say that I didn't whoop my son. But I will talk him to death. And he get tired of hearing my mouth. But I will talk his ass to death. But never did. I wasn't into that. I always felt like I could get my point across verbally. So but hey, to each his own. But I do know, hell yeah, yeah. I'm still. Hey, look, I'm old enough where I saw kids get battled in school. I'm definitely old enough to where I think I was in first grade, and I saw a kid. Well, no, I heard him get paddled. But I saw him go in. I saw the principal pull that paddle out, and all I heard was him getting beat. Ain't that funny? Okay, here comes Zebra Flow. Zebra Flow, we in the fourth quarter of the show. Y'all know when Zebra come out. But yeah, y'all, it's bad. But now, oh yeah, that paddle. Hey, look, I felt bad for him. Me and him was sitting outside the principal office. I was at the principal office because I had just transferred to the school, so they were getting me signed up, and I thought he was in the office for the same thing. But then when he got called into the office, and I saw that paddle in the principal's hand, I was like, "What the hell is this about?" And he shut that door. Man, he hit him about 10 times. I was like, damn. And I think like the next year is when they got rid of when they abolished that whole paddle shit. But now, since Zebra Flow is out, the zebra is zebraing, let's get to Mohawk Diddy. Mohawk Diddy got another victory, y'all. Y'all remember Making It a Band girl, Sarah? They done dropped her whole case, according to USA Today. Sarah, for Making the Band, had a sexual assault lawsuit against Mohawk Itty Bitty Delusional Diddy. And it was just breaking news. It just dropped. I'm gonna read you the USA Today. Sean Diddy Combs' legal battle with Making the Band alum Sarah Rivers is nearing a close after a New York judge ordered that all charges against the embattled music mogul be dismissed. Rivers, who appeared on Combs' early 2000s reality show Making the Band 2, became a member of hip-hop group The Band. Allegations of unwanted touching created a hostile work environment and fraud while filming the MTV show. The singer also sued several of Combs' companies and businesses associates for their alleged involvement, including Combs' mother, Janice Combs. In an August 14th ruling in the U.S. District Court for Southern District New York, ordered 21 of the 22 charges listed in Rivers' lawsuit, which span from racketeering, assault and battery, forced labor, and false imprisonment, should be dismissed with prejudice. As a result, Rivers will not be able to refile the dismissed charges in a new case. The remaining charge in Rivers' complaint, which alleges Combs violated the New York City Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act through his alleged sexual abuse of Rivers, has not been determined with or without prejudice, leaving the possibility that Rivers could renew her claim in a new lawsuit. Judge Rakoff said he is holding off on definitive ruling on the gender-motivated violence charge pending a decision from the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit on the parameters of New York law. USA Today reached out to Rivers' attorneys for comment. Nobody replied. And I quote, they say, from the onset, we have said these claims were meritless, time-barred, and legally deficient. The court agreed, finding no legal basis to allow them to proceed. We are pleased the court carefully analyzed and swiftly dismissed these baseless claims. And that's about all they said. What Rivers alleged was that Combs sexually assaulted her during her time on Making the Band 2. The singer said she had a confrontation with Combs during a trip to Washington, D.C. After Combs demanded Rivers drink a cocktail he provided that she refused. Around this time, Combs also reportedly claimed that Rivers and her bandmates lacked drive and initiative because they didn't visit Combs' studio that time. Heeding Combs' criticism, Combs abruptly approached her, backed her into a corner, and ran his left hand across her breast, allegedly. After Combs let her leave, Rivers reportedly left the studio in shock and disbelief that the rapper assaulted her. As a result of Combs' alleged sexual abuse, she is sustained. She will be seeking monetary damages, for physical injury, pain, and suffering. In January, Rivers appeared on Peacock's Making of a Bad Boy, and said when Diddy got angry with one of my band members, he said, "You would make me so mad, I want to eat your flesh." She said this was inappropriate and I felt intimidated. She also said he had claimed misconduct, saying he touched me in a place that he shouldn't have during an incident. Definitely made me nervous. And I haven't said anything in so long, it just built up. The court said, we don't believe you, and threw everything out. So that is the update on Sarah's case. It's basically over with. I don't know where she goes from here, but her case is over with, y'all. Let me take some comments. Let me see some comments in the chat. Somebody said, "Eat your flesh." Crazy. Zebra Flow is out. I don't know that's all the information I have. Somebody said, "Why did her case get dismissed?" Was there a clause in her contract? I don't know. They didn't give any details about why it was dismissed. The judge just dismissed it. Tinkle says, again, this is why people don't want to speak up. Definitely would definitely make it harder for the next person to come out. Also want to reiterate, Lil Rod was on, this is kind of old, but I think a lot of people may have missed this. There's a show called what is it called? Paul White. I don't know if it's Paul. Let me go back. I gotta find it. Hold on, y'all. Okay, here it is. No, let me think. The name of this show. Benny Johnson. I'm sorry, not Paul White. Benny Johnson. Somebody, this tweet says everyone needs to stop what they're doing and watch Benny Johnson interview with Little Rod on Diddy's verdict. It was Little Rod's civil lawsuit that led to the criminal charges against Diddy. Lil Rod said he knows more charges will be brought later and the fight is not over. This is what this person says, this is what I've been saying, so I would ignore the doom fagging accounts that have posted the lies about the case for clickbait, mainstream media like TMZ and Fox News that lie about a lot of things. At the end of the day, as Little Rod said, today Diddy has escaped the bigger charges, but more charges he believes are coming. This is Benny Johnson's interview where he said a lot of evidence was not brought. And so he's been in contact with federal prosecutors before all this happened. And he personally says he personally knows that there was a lot of evidence that they did not bring to this case and that they're bringing more charges. So we will see. Lil Rod says that there are more charges coming. What we are waiting for is this damn sentencing. We will see. But one thing I want to talk about before we get out of here real quick and just bring up, when you really think about all the evidence that they claim that they were going to bring in, Steph says, I love Benny Johnson. If y'all haven't heard of Benny Johnson or checked out some of his content, I think y'all will like it. Check out Benny Johnson on YouTube or on whatever platform you can find him on. When I woke up this morning, it really got me to thinking of where we were, where we started at when the Diddy trial started. And then when you really look back, there was so much evidence that we were told was coming that never came. None of the celebrity stuff, you know, none of the freak off celebrity parties that were mentioned by other people. Like, we didn't get any of that information. And if you really think about it, it's all kind of strange. Never any mention of any kids. Not one mention of any kids. No mention of these. Because if you remember, the freak off parties that were presented before the trial started were like freak off parties with a lot of people there and with a lot of celebrities there and all type of sexual deviant stuff going on. This is how the freak off parties were painted before the trial. And then when we get to the trial, We get really no mention of celebrities in these freak off parties. And then the freak off parties went from something that celebrities and politicians and underage people and all kind of people were supposed to be there. But in the trial, the freak off parties turned into Diddy, Cassie, and a male sex worker. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. It was like once shit hit the fan, it was like the elites and whoever colluded to paint this one narrative. And it's like, I had to really think back to where we were at before the trial started. And I'm like, that's fucking strange. How do we go from freak off parties involving politicians and celebrities and elites and TD, like all these people, tables with naked women on them, who some of the women were allegedly underage. People were eating off of them and people throwing up and all of this. And then once the trial started, not one celebrity mentioned in the freak off parties, not one politician mentioned, and there were supposed to be cameras everywhere. Diddy recorded everything. They said they had all this footage. Remember, they said they raided his home, got all this footage from all these laptops. And then it goes from that to Diddy, Cassidy, and a male sex worker as the freak off party. That shit just really hit me this morning. It's something is not right about this whole fucking story. And yeah, and then let's throw that in there. And I'm glad you brought that up, Desi, because let's throw that in there too. Then we got this whole Epstein list that is not being revealed. All of these celebrities and politicians are supposed to be involved. Epstein guy is no longer here. And literally, out of this whole big story, we have one person, Ghislaine Maxwell, in prison. Other than that, we don't know shit. So when you, and before all this stuff really hit the fan, politicians, Trump and everybody was using, we gonna reveal the Epstein list. We gonna reveal the Diddy list. All of that before the presidential election. And here we are. We don't have shit. We don't have no Diddy list. We don't have no Epstein list. But yet, before the election, I can pull up the articles, but I don't even need to, because this is common knowledge at this point. Now we don't have shit. And all we have is Republicans pointing at Democrats, Democrats pointing at Republicans, and that's all we got. But nobody is giving the people shit. I'm tired of that same tired play. Republicans call out Democrats, Democrats call out Republicans. Meanwhile, the people sit here and we don't get shit. So this is the shit I thought about when I woke up. Melissa says if you have enough money, you can buy anything or anyone. I just woke up and said, because even me, look, let me tell y'all something. They are so good with painting these fucking narratives and switching it. Shit, they even made me forget about where we started and where we had got to, because I was so buried into covering the trial in real time. It hadn't really dawned on me that the whole fucking story got changed. The whole version of a freak off party changed overnight. They even fooled me. I didn't even think about, like, hold on, what the fuck? This ain't what y'all said a freak off was. I'm starting to believe that they collected those tapes just to protect their own. I'm starting to believe that raid was orchestrated to get information from other about other politicians and other celebrities, and Diddy was just a casualty of the war. I'm really starting to believe that shit. I was trying not to believe that. But the more and more you just really think about it, yeah, I believe more charges are coming, but now I'm speaking to just this shady system of where so many people get away with murder. Look how many people had to be involved with Diddy that are getting away with it, just like the Epstein list. It's ridiculous. We know that kids are being trafficked. We know kids are coming up missing, but nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. And so I really woke up this morning and it really just hit me. Where the Diddy trial started, before it started, and what we actually got, okay, it's almost like we were presented a Bentley before the trial. But once we got to the trial, it was a 300. They actually gave us a Chrysler 300. You remember how they made the Chrysler 300 kind of look like a Bentley and all of that? We were sold a Bentley before the trial with all the bells and whistles. But then when the trial come, they swapped that Bentley out for a 300 and we just went with it because we don't have a choice. We have to cover and deal with what's in front of us. And it took this morning for me to really wake up and say, we always know something was fishy, but this shit is fishy as fuck. I am so anxious to see what happens at this sentencing, and I'm so anxious to see what happens going forward. Because something ain't right. Everybody say bye to Grandma Kathy. And thank you to the new member. I'm sorry. We had a new member join. Let me see if I can find it. I got caught up in dogging and telling everybody to keep their hands to themselves. I missed the new member, but I think I'm gonna find it. Let me shout out the new member. Lala's Love became a new YouTube member. Once a week, which is going to be Wednesday, we have a members only. So you will not see the Flow Show No Filter Wednesday morning. at 8:30 because that is our members appreciation podcast episode, because the members and the subscribers on Buzzsprout and the YouTube members are the ones who keep this show afloat. And I had to dedicate, I had to talk with myself, and I had to dedicate a day, at least one day a week, to the members. And if you want to see that episode on Wednesday, and we had a ball at this week it was Tuesday, because I was going to do Tuesdays and Thursdays, but to just make it simple, I changed it to just do Wednesdays because it's the middle of the week and it's kind of like easier to like keep up with. Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, that could be a little, I ain't trying to make it complicated. Wednesdays is members only. That show is 8:30 a.m. The Flow Show, no filter, members only. Thank you to the new member, Lala. And if you want to join, I could put the link. I'm going to put the link. Now, if you are a Buzzsprout member already, you will get the audio of that Wednesday episode. So don't worry. If you are a subscriber on Buzzsprout, I upload the audio same day, same time. I upload every day. But if you want to watch the video version and be a part of the chat, you will need to become a YouTube subscriber. I'm going to put that link in the chat as well, and I'm going to also put the Buzzsprout link. So thank you to all my new members. You guys have really been signing up. It's too many. I can't even name all y'all. It would take too long right now, but I shouted most of y'all yesterday. So this is the first, I'm putting in the YouTube link. If you want to be a part of our members only episode, go ahead and join and subscribe and join the membership for our Wednesday members only. We're doing that every week. So every Wednesday, it's just going to be the intimate group of the members. I can be a little more candid. I can give away a little more information because it ain't blasting off all into the algorithm and risking people getting mad and trying to sue. But on those members only episodes, I could dig a little deeper, and I love it. No trolls are in there, and so it's just a good. It's almost like we call it a family meeting. So if you're part of the Flow Show fam, I just put the link for the video YouTube membership in the chat. Now I'm going to put the Buzzsprout link if you want to hear the audio. If you're already a Buzzsprout subscriber, you don't miss anything. And I want to reiterate that for everybody. It doesn't matter if you are a Buzzsprout subscriber or a YouTube member. The only difference is YouTube is video and Buzzsprout is audio. That's the only difference. But I make sure all my exclusive content is on both platforms. So you don't have to get both to have everything. If you have a Buzzsprout subscription, you'll get all the audio, don't miss anything. If you are a YouTube member, you got the video, which of course comes with audio, and you won't miss anything. So shout out to the new member, Lala, joining the member. We are growing. I look forward to our Wednesday episode, members only. We call it For Members Only, for members only, only. But y'all, yeah, so man, I just had to put that on y'all for this. No, Buzzsprout is not live. Buzzsprout is not live. It's dropped right after the episode, just like all of the audio. There's no way to do live on audio anyway, but it is the live episode. But if you want to be live in real time, you need to be a YouTube member. Any questions or comments? Let me know now. Like the teacher used to say, any questions or comments? Because we about to put them outs in the chat. Oh yeah, and I will add that to I like that you said that. RX said, remember Kanye on Drink Champ said Diddy was working with the feds. Maybe some truth to that and something fishy behind the scenes. I definitely agree. Let's get them outs in the chat so everybody can have a great weekend. What if I told you? What's up, Anthony? Let's get them outs in the chat Shout out to all the new members. Thank you for all the super chats. Love you all. Angie says, love you all. Stay safe. And I'm out. Till the next time. Keep it G. Like C Tuck. Desi says, happy Friday and drink up, y'all. And I'm out. Who else we got? If you missed the show, we had a lot of information. Catch the replay. Lala says, I'm out. Love y'all. Appreciate becoming a new member. Go Seahawks. Somebody says, go Seahawks. And you know I'm going to say, go Browns. Aurora says, I'm out. Who else we got before we get out of here? C Tuck says, I'm out. Have a safe and wonderful weekend. Everybody flow. We gonna link this weekend, bro, for sure. And go Browns. Fuck. Hey, look, at this point, it's please go Browns. Please do something good. Shit. I'm dying out here. Rachel says, love you, Flo. I'm out. Love you more, Rachel. Be easy, be good. Have a safe weekend. Shout out to everybody. Everybody in the chat. And Rachel says, go Colts. Man, my Browns struggling right now, Grandma Kathy. But we going to keep pushing. And so on that note, appreciate you asking about it. On that note, we go ahead and get the fuck out of here and enjoy our weekend. As always, I love y'all. And extra special thanks to Yanni. Yanni donated $100 yesterday to the cause. We stepping up our equipment and we brought to you in our way of saying thanks. And somebody else gave $30 and somebody else gave $5. I gotta find out what name that was. If you cashed that $30 or you cashed that $5, please let me know in this comments or in the chat or something so I can shout you out on Monday. But greatly appreciated that. And our way of saying thank you is bringing you the Flow Show No Filter High Def. Oh, a birthday shout out. Yep. It's the birthday. We got a birthday tomorrow. Remember I said remind me? We just gonna get one line. Happy birthday to you. As always, I love y'all. And I'm out.